Exclusive. Nigeria Central Bank Governor Emefiele secretly returns from U.S. hides away in Abuja as DSS Intensifies move to arrest him for financing terrorism. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Emefiele, who was part of President Muhammadu Buhari's entry to the United States Africa's Leaders Summit in Washington, D.C., had earlier been reported to be contemplating returning to Nigeria amid a plot by the Department of State Services DSS to pick him up for interrogation. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, returned to Nigeria on Wednesday from the United States and is presently in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, but has kept himself away from public glare, Sahara reporters has learned. Emefiele, who was part of President Muhammadu Buhari's entry to the U.S. African Leaders Summit in Washington, D.C., had earlier been reported to be contemplating returning to Nigeria amid a plot by the Department of State Services, DSS, to pick him up for interrogation. Buhari has last Sunday returned to Abuja from a summit held between September 13th and 15th. Multiple sources had told Sahara reporters that Emefiele was scheduled to return to the country on Wednesday. He, however, told the CBN board on Wednesday that he will return to Abuja on Thursday. Meanwhile, on Saturday, a top source informed Sahara reporters that Emefiele indeed returned on Wednesday and is currently in Abuja. Emefiele is in Abuja. He arrived from the U.S. on Wednesday, the source affirmed. Sahara reporters earlier today reported that the Department of State Services DSS operatives were reportedly on the lookout for the CBN governor after an order to arrest him on site was given. The two Department of State Services DSS officials familiar with Emefiele's matter has confirmed that the Domestic Intelligence Office to the DSS had displaced several officers to monitor the CBN headquarters, Emefiele's family residence in Lagos, and the Abuja home of businessman Christopher Emefiele, unrelated by the blood, according to People's Gazette. Sahara reporters had also reported that there were strong indications on Thursday that Emefiele was under intense pressure from some of the country's power brokers to resign. One of the sources close to the Apex governor confided in Sahara reported that he was living in the fear of being arrested by the Department of State Services. The DSS has recently accused Emefiele of aiding and abetting acts of terrorism. The security agency and the CBN governor was allegedly involved in the funding of international and local terrorism. It said preliminary investigation revealed various acts of terrorism financing, fraudulent activities perpetrated by Emefiele, and his involvement in economic crimes of national security dimension. A federal high court in Abuja, however, declined an application by the secret police to arrest the Apex governor. On Wednesday, despite a secret arrival, the Central Bank of Nigeria governors said Emefiele would not appear before the House of Representatives on Thursday as scheduled. In a letter addressed to the House and read by the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, during plenary, the Apex Bank said the governor was not yet back in the country because he was attending to official engagement and health challenges abroad. Emefiele has refused to return to Nigeria, claiming heart ailment. He was supposed to return to Nigeria after traveling with Buhari to the United States Africa Leadership Summit in Washington, D.C., a source had told reporters. He ought to have returned yesterday, but told CBN board he will return today. We learned that his people loyal to him at the DSS advised him not to come yet because he may be arrested. Upon arrival later, he might go on leave until things die down, or he resigns under pressure. Now, wow. It is terrible. Okay, Sahara reported that they have big stories. DSS on the lookout for him indeed. I don't know DSS officials at the airport through which he sneaked back into the country. Is his official quarters not in the same Abuja, or does he now move from shortels to shortels? Or is the DSS now waiting to arrest him anytime he purchases Mama and Kubi and Kwabi joint? Which kind of disjointed and hack reporting is this nonsense? So people carry violence, wake up. Exactly what I had in mind. How can CBN governor walk past security without the knowledge of DSS? So our reporters think the readers are excitable villagers. Okay, oh. It is terrible, my brother. The DSS had accused Golden Emefiele of terrorism financing without mention of the terrorist groups involved. Now, don't like to tell you that the lorry road we are going to shout. Exactly, you can now see how they look at flat-nosed indigenous African tribe. What do you mean by flat-nosed? Haba. They look at them as animals. They have successfully accused and painted the victims as the real terrorists, while they, the Muslims, carry out the terror. They call them the kind of terrorists as you clap, now it's your turn. The banker, a Christian, is a terrorist that make the Muslims of Nigeria sent. I know the Nigerian government has got you started. You need someone to calm you down. My own be say, waiting they defend this man for. My own is, if really truly, he commit this crime, then no problem. But if it is just because he was doing his job that they are looking for him up and down, may they forget him. Lack won't kill me. It is either the DSS has suddenly developed cold feet on Emefiele's matter, or Sahara reporter they are fake news. It seems you guys cannot read. It cleverly says the Federal High Court in Abuja, however, declined an application by the secret police to arrest the Apex governor. So it can be monitored, but it cannot be arrested. Simple. After all, the better news Sahara reporters have brought to you over the years, this is how you repay free news. Mr. MBG learned to spell. It is not Sharia reporters. While I'm not too much, Golden Emefiele wants the monies in the building van wasted. Those money back politicians have kept raw cash. The CBN governor has messed up. They need to deal with him. I agree. The idea is to force the CBN governor to resign and appoint a new useful idiot to reverse his policies so that money bags can use their old currency to buy votes. Sincerely, this is where we need to put people everywhere. Let there be good people everywhere. Let there be good people everywhere. As in, let people coming in to work for the government or work as the government, let them be known that, no, this person, what they do. Alright. Nigeria is a land of guns. It is only in Nigeria would somebody who is facing charges on treason, a capital offense, and other egregious offenses go from his house to visit Nnamdi Kanu in prison, who has been exonerated by the courts. Nigeria, a wonderful place never in this country. It is only in Nigeria would the chairman of an independent central bank be subject to arrest by his enemies due to a policy decision. Every other country protects independence. It is only in Nigeria that water is thicker than blood. All the minorities are the ones clamoring for Emefiele to be arrested. As you can see, only the individuals try to defend and protect these minorities when they are persecuted in office. The Ikwere man wants an Ijaw man jailed, and the Shekiri wants an Ikwere man jailed. They claim South when they're insulting the Igbos, a bunch of miscreants. They are tribe envy against the Igbos. Obego, this one is not even a matter of Igbo whatever. My honest, if Emefiele is guilty, fine. But if he's not, if they are dragging because of this issue, then make them go sit down. Alright, on this note, you've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.